Nah, it's been a long year though, for real. A lot has changed. You can see we're in the garage. About a year ago, didn't have one. Moved all the way across the country, brought this car here. As you can see, the SC is over there. A lot of stuff has changed, but we got a lot of good stuff coming to the channel. As you can see, I've already started working on it. I've put new doors on it, stripped the interior out. Just been doing a lot to this car, and as well as the SC is had a lot of work done to it as well. We got door panels now, complete interior. We got a radio in here. I do not have an amp yet, but that's next for this car. It's running good. Rack and pinions been replaced. It has Tyne Supra street coilovers on it. Lowered it a little bit. I'm still waiting on wheels, so that's going to be another thing that's coming to this car. It's running good, driving good. Just replaced the cam sensor on it just because it got caught in my timing belt. But I've put probably about 2-3 grand of maintenance work into it. And as for this car, you can see I still have these fenders right here. I wish I could keep the patina on them, but I'm not trying to have this car lots of different colors. So it's eventually gonna get painted. Everything is gonna get painted. Another thing that I've already kind of talked to a guy about is replacing this whole roof. Now you just see this part, but it's bad pretty much all around. If you can see rust holes all around, like I can put my whole hand through there. On the A pillar, we got these big holes right here, and under the rain guard right here, it's starting to have a lot of holes in it too. The 350 right now is knocking, has no compression, so I've already thought about it. Probably gonna LS swap the car, put a 700R transmission in there. Not in high school no more, so I actually have the money and the capability to actually work on this car now. As you can see, I replaced these doors too. Yeah, a lot has changed in this year. I've moved from Texas to Washington and got a house up here. As you can see, got all my tools and everything. I'm already searching for a new trunk. I'm probably just gonna buy a reman one or a brand new one. I know I'm gonna get another bumper because I'm not dealing with all of that. Yeah, this car has a lot of rust on it, but I'm gonna take y'all on this journey with me because I barely know what I'm doing. So we're just gonna go with the flow and find out all together. Oh yeah, I also got these wheels right here. I've already found these, and when I bought them, they did not look nearly as good as they do now. They were painted blue. I have some pictures of it. I can probably post them, but believe it or not, I looked it up on the internet. I'm gonna tell you now that oven cleaner will take the paint straight off, and I'm talking about it was thick layers. They had primer, paint, everything on them. And this one, it's a lot worse condition. And these are just wheels that I'm kind of holding for time's sake. Like those probably just gonna be some temporary wheels. I'm not trying to be riding on these weird little S10 wheels, but like I said, I got a lot of stuff coming for this car. Here's the other little fender right here. I don't know what they do with these doors. Actually, I had a plan to like start learning how to weld and like cut some parts out and re-weld them back on, and I'm gonna take y'all through that journey as well. I'll do it from the first time I've ever welded to, you know, cutting everything and all the panels that I'm gonna need. So got this door on, got it adjusted. For the most part, the floors look good except for behind the back seat. Now this is actually the front bench seat, I've already threw away the back one, but yeah, it's bad under there. Let me see if I can show y'all what I'm talking about. But like all that right there needs to be cut out. You can see straight through. Like look, that's the exhaust pipe right there. You can see straight through. And I found that they make panels for the rear seat, so I'm just cut the whole thing out, put the rear panel in, and just call it a day with that. I want to do most of the welding myself, you know, for the learning experience. The only thing I don't want to do myself is the roof. And the roof is going to be a big one. But like I said, they also make these panels, the quarter panels. So what I'm gonna do, all this is not as bad, but it starts to get bad right here. And I can really just, that's all bubbling, I can really just press straight through it. So a lot of this metal is gonna get replaced. Talking probably both quarter panels, the trunk floor. I do need new rockers, as you can tell. Hold on. I need new rockers right here, because that's pretty bad. Other side, it was even worse. There was a lot of Bondo on it, and when I got the car here, one of the first things I did was clean it out and rip all the Bondo off of that side. Yeah, this side was even worse. As you can see, I put the door on, but like you can see, I've just ripped out all the Bondo right there. I was tired of looking at it. I've had the car for 3 years, or a little over 4 years. My first car. And like I said, I didn't know anything about cars when I bought this car. So it's really been a learning experience. And all of that right there, just Bondo. It's not all of it, but just in this section. And then it's down here. I ripped all of that out. They make it's called a dog leg panel that goes right here. So I was just gonna put one of those in. As you can see, it's getting rusty behind the back seat right there. Like I said, I'm gonna replace that whole back seat panel. And as you can see, all of that is like just ate away. But these new doors, they're rust free. Still got a paint on them. As you can see, I don't know if you can see it right there, like a little bit of bubbling on it, but that's about it. They still look good. I've even polished a part of one of them just to see what it was gonna look like. Have the new fenders, so I'm not really worried about that. Working around in a one-car garage. Working around in a one-car garage gets a little tough, but if you're dedicated enough, you'll make it work. The only thing is of why I've been not wanting to LS swap this car is just because I don't want to get rid of my 2-speed. Like a LS with a 2-speed is just like, if I'm not drag racing it, there's kind of no point. So I've really been thinking about it pretty hard of what I want to do drivetrain wise with this. Now as for the SC, fixed it for the most part. It's doing this weird hesitating thing that I still haven't found out what it was, but I have a suspicion on what it could be. But y'all remember when I first bought this car, it was a headache getting it to where it's at now. But you can see all the zip ties right here. I didn't have the actual tape to do it, but I need to cut those. All right, so it has new math. It has new spark plugs in it, new timing belt, new water pump. I had to do it over because it sat for like 8 months and it started leaking. And new rack and pinion, like I said earlier. I have a new 3-inch exhaust from the cat's back. I do still have the mufflers. right there, Magnaflow mufflers. But sounds really good. As you know, if you know about SCs, that they have the same frame and everything as a Mark IV Supra, so all that's pretty much still the same. It does have another oil leak. I've been taking care of all the leaks that this car's had because the last owners didn't. Right now I know that the oil pan is leaking on it, so I'm gonna take care of that soon. And well, what I think that the reason that it's hesitating is this all started whenever one of my cam sensors got caught in a timing belt. Really, it was on this side, the one that got caught, but I ended up replacing both of them just because I had both, so it was like, why not? But if you look right here on this one, oh yeah, this one also started rubbing the serpentine belt, so I ended up replacing that one like a week ago. But right here you can kind of see the wires are like starting to come out, and they every once in a while have been touching. I've also replaced this part of the wire harness to get that done, and I'm gonna put a catch can in this to clean it up a little bit. I already got a spot for it. I'm thinking probably like right here. So yeah, a lot has been going on. I took care of the rack and pinion and the cooling problem that this thing also had. Yeah, so far it's doing good though, for the most part. But the main thing that this channel is going to be about is, of course, the classic. So still got a lot of work to do on this thing, but it's going to get there soon. Now that I actually have everything settled, I just got a laptop, got my GoPro now. I can start going to meet, start recording, start editing. I've been gone for like a year, moved like 2-3 different places, so yeah, I just had a lot going on before I could start posting again, but now I'm finally about to be back. Like, comment, subscribe. This page is actually about to start and keep going from now on.